everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Beer Leaguer podcast. And back by very popular demand, we have Mike Steiner from Beers on Ice.
How's it going, Mike? How are you?
Good, man. Good. How have you been?
It's been great, and thanks for having me back on the pod. I've been waiting for the call back. This was a lot of fun last time, and I hope this health is the same.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it will be. You guys have been doing a lot of interesting things, a lot of different stuff, a lot of changes since last we spoke.
Oh, yeah. I guess the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok world's kind of got to be on your toes. You got to think of new things. You got to bring something fresh to the table. And about a year ago, Big City Keith Ripka, our star goalie on the team, he introduced me into roller hockey. He lived after college. He went to Niagara University, and after college, he lived in Buffalo, and he started playing roller hockey. He skated out because, goalies, they can only do goalie in one thing. It's like either hockey or roller hockey. They never do
so true.
And he skated out, and he was talking to me about roller hockey, and then just by coincidence, we have a new roller hockey rink, pseudo roller hockey rink for the summer out in Rocky River, and we are like, all right, let's go out there and skate together. And then instantaneously, I loved doing it. And then we were like, let's just create a roller hockey organization. We already got the name, we got the platform. Let's turn Beers on Ice All Blacks Hockey Club into the All Blacks Roller Hockey Club, and here we are, like 4 tournaments later.
Yeah, you guys, that's what's crazy to me is it went from seeing you, just kind of start off playing roller, like let's see how it goes, and all of a sudden now you guys are playing tournaments, playing, kind of high level roller tournaments and stuff. It's not just, pickup games against people.
Yeah, we, speaking of it, tomorrow we are, packing up the van and we're going to Detroit to play in State Wars. Now, for those that don't know, State Wars is like one of the 3 huge roller hockey tournaments for the season. It's the number 1 is out in California, number 2 is Wish Cup in Nashville, and number 3 is State Wars, and that kind of moves around from state to state. And we're gonna test our mettle there. It's like the most difficult tournament we'll have played in coming up, and we're gonna film it, we're gonna record it, the highs and the lows, and we're gonna see what happens.
That's awesome. Yeah, State Wars is no joke, and that's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about the history of everything, but one of our players, I guess we call him Coach Harrington. If you've seen the videos, he's the designated coach on the team, even though he's a player. He won State Wars back in 2007, and he's won it 3 times. So, and he's played in the same division since 2007. So that shows you how the divisions don't really change that much. But we're looking to get him off the schneid and see if we can win a 4th for him.
That's awesome. So,
yeah.
All right, since you've kind of done this transition, what have you noticed that's different between roller and ice hockey?
Well, for the guys who are listening to this and have never played roller hockey, I'll start with the basics. It's 4-on-4 instead of 5-on-4 on 5-on-5. It's 4-on-4, which is unusual. You just have so much more time when you're with the puck. It's just amazing. There's no one around you, which is great for me because I like to handle the puck and dust it off. But 4-on-4, in most of these tournaments that we play, it's 2 halves. The one we are playing at State Wars right now is 14-minute 2 halves. So these games go by super quick.
Yeah,
it goes by a flash. You play multiple games in a day. So tomorrow, this would be August 1st, we play at 9:40 a.m. and then we play again at 3. So it's just not, you can't expend all your energy in one game. You kind of got to save your legs for the whole weekend. And then obviously, there's the padding is different too. Like when I first got on I guess the court, I think is what they call it. When I first got on the court, I had like my hockey pants on. I had like little smaller shoulder pads. I had my elbow pads, my helmet, and then I looked around and I was like, I am sticking out like a sore thumb right now. I look absolutely ridiculous. And then finally, I've gotten it down to just shin pads, my roller hockey skates, my elbow pads, and my gloves. And that's kind of how you roll with now too. Is the less equipment, the cooler you are when you're out there.
Well, it's also too where, and I see people wear this stuff for ice under their regular padding. Is they have like those padded shirts, and then
Yeah,
padded, like they're like compression shorts, but they're
yeah,
padded, so you have some kind of padding
yeah,
around there. Yeah, that's usually that's about as padded as anybody gets if you have that stuff. Then
yeah. I do. I play defense in roller hockey as well. And so I do have a what do you call that? It's like a girdle. It's not quite hockey pants, but it's like the protection underneath, and then I'll wear something over top of that. So it's like I do wear more padding than normal because in the beginning, I really didn't know how to play the game very well, so I was just out there trying to block shots and just do the least I could to help my team. Um, and then I've progressively, taken as more equipment off as I've gotten used to it. And stopping. That was the craziest thing for me to learn. It was trying to stop on roller hockey skates. That took forever.
now, do you actually have you mastered doing the actual hockey stop on wheels, or are you doing like the quick turn or what?
Definitely the quick turn.
Okay.
I've mastered the quick turn stop. And it's funny. I had to watch a Nasher video to. Yeah, I felt it was so ridiculous. I was just like, oh man, I know I'm such a better hockey player than him, man. Like the fact that I have to watch a roller hockey video tutorial to learn how to stop. I'm like, where am I getting at right now? What am I getting myself into? But as Nasher does it, he's the best in the game at this YouTube. He made this fantastic video, and he taught me how to stop, and so I implemented that in the next game. But the true real roller hockey stop, I have not mastered that yet, but I have once in a while in a game instinctively I will stop and it's like the light went off in my head and I can't do it thinking about it. I can only do it reacting. So
Yeah, that's how I've done it. I've never been able to do the actual regular hockey stop on wheels when I've tried to do it. But when
yeah.
I've played roller hockey, I haven't thought about it, and it's happened. And I think it's
Yes.
just because my body does it, but it feels
Right.
way different. So when I try and do it, I'm like, whoa, 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 no, 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 I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall. That's not right. But when I don't think about it, it's just like, oh yeah, oh I stopped.
Yeah. And it's just a glorious thing when you actually learn how to actually roller hockey stop. It's one of the best feelings out there in hockey, that's for sure. And there's a sound difference too. Like right now, uh, speaking of Rocky River, we on Monday nights we do this pickup hockey for the Ohio Hockey Project in Rocky River. It's a drop-in skate, like all levels are happy to be there. We've got complete beginners, and we actually have a pro roller hockey player that comes every single week and plays with us. His name's Shane Bennett. He is a pro. He's retired, but he was a professional hockey player. He's like 10 years younger than me. And now he plays professional roller hockey. And he still comes every Monday to play with everyone because he's very passionate about building hockey in Cleveland. And he's from Buffalo, where they have a ton of roller hockey. And the sound when he stops is like way different than anybody else out there. It's like a super high pitched screech that is way different than my like low thud of like the four wheels hitting the sport court. And I was like, all right, that's where I'm trying to get to. That's the guy I'm trying to emulate.
Yeah, I've played with some pretty high level roller guys. Yeah, and just everything about them is different. Everything
Yeah.
about how they go about doing things. You know what? I'm going to throw this back. This is similar. We talked about this last time you were on.
Yeah.
What you're going through now and seeing kind of like, wow, these guys can do this stuff. That's like where I'm at with ice hockey.
Right.
Seeing
Right.
people do the stuff like, wow, I wish I could do that. That's way,
That's
I
full
can,
circle.
yeah.
That's
That,
it's and watching him, Shane Bennett, play. I play ice hockey with him too, and he plays two different styles of games when he's playing. When he's playing ice hockey, he's like very quick paced. He's making a lot of like quick moves to get. He's a forward. Getting through defenders, and then roller hockey, he just has the puck and you can't get it off of him. He's just holding, looking, circling back, then coming up with speed. He doesn't like what he wants, and then he turns back, and it's like very slow, methodical game. But the skill level you can see on both ends is like through the roof. But he can transition from playing the slow, methodical roller hockey 4-on-4, where it's all about possession, and then switch back to hockey where he can, play give and go, getting the puck deep, just making sure you're in good position at all times. It's just really impressive. And that's for me, my struggle in my roller hockey game is adapting to that slower pace and possession.
yeah, it's weird how it's such a different game when it's not that different. I mean, it's one less guy per side, but it's completely a different thing.
Yeah. You'll watch a pro roller hockey game and there will be like 6 shots in a game and the score will be 2-1. And because the guys, they're all about waiting for the right opportunity to like make their move and try to score. And they'll even like come down the wing, and if they don't like what they want, they'll rip a shot high and wide purposely like by the goalie's ear. They're not trying to score. They're just ripping it high and wide so it goes around the boards all the way back to their far D man, and then they'll regroup. It's I'm like, what is going on? This is just not hockey. Like, why aren't you getting it deep and like trying to like bang some bodies down there? Like, it's just not happening.
At one point I was talking to somebody about the differences, and I compared roller to being a lot more like the 3-on-3 that the NHL does in overtime. That's
Right.
a lot more like that, where it's because the guys do that in the overtime, where they skate it in and they wait. If they don't like it, bring it back. Even put the puck back to the goalie and just keep resetting until you get exactly what you want.
Right. It's yeah, it's I think it's even more drastic than that 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Like, because they in the 3-on-3 in NHL, it's timed, right? So like they gotta take chances because like sometimes you just don't want to go to a shootout. But in roller hockey, it's just that's my one gripe with it is, come on guys, let's play. Like, let's stop regrouping. Someone try to come down and score. All right. And honestly, that's how we got beat in our Wish Cup semifinal game. Like, we got all the way. It was crazy. We got all the way to the semifinals in Wish Cup, and we played a team that was like ranked lower than us, and they just roller hockeyed us to death. And they just like possessed it and brought it back, got the lead, and then just held the puck the whole time. And I was like, this game is a lot of fun. When you take it to that elite level, it's kind of annoying. So we're gonna stay at our like senior A league. We're not trying to go up to double A. We're not trying to do pro where get 4 shots in a game. We like our run and gun offense on the All Blacks Roller Hockey Club.
Yeah, that was for me transitioning because I started in roller, and went to ice. That was a big difference for me because I was used to that, just like hang on to the puck, like because that's what I used to do with when I played roller with my team. Kind of my role was
At Lost Nation.
Yeah, I just stand there and I would kind of wait, kind of let everybody kind of do their movement. Maybe if I have to kind of move a little bit, but mostly just try and stay in one spot. And sometimes you're waiting 30, 40 seconds before you go, oh, okay, now I'll pass to this guy who's probably just going to wait for us to move a little bit more, and I was so used to that. And then going on to ice, it seemed like so much stuff was happening so fast all the time,
Right.
because it's, very, very different how everything gets set up.
And, holding the puck in ice hockey too long is like detrimental to the team.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, I did that many times.
not only you're giving up goals, but everyone hates you for like being a puck hog too.
Yeah.
But in roller hockey, it's like encouraged. Oh,
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's something you just got to get used to.
That's also, too, I think, why you see a lot of these guys that play a lot of roller hockey. And because I've seen a lot of people that played ice, went to roller, and then back to ice, kind of do that trend, back and forth.
Right.
That it helps their hands so much. And with the puck,
Yes.
because you do a lot of just, like you said, skate it back out with the puck, skate around with it, hold on to it. And it's like some of the best puck handling training I think that you can have is doing that.
Yeah. And I think moving forward for young kids in the hockey world, in the past during the summers, kids would play baseball, kids would play lacrosse, and now a lot of these families are doing roller hockey instead. The kids are specializing in, their sport at a super early age now. Now the debate whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but they're specializing at least to like give yourself a little bit of a fresh new look. Roller hockey's great for that. And it builds confidence, if you're struggling with some stick handling or just possessing the puck, like you're forced to do it in roller hockey or, your team's going to lose. So I think it's great for kids to do the roller hockey. And in all honesty, it's like it's a much cheaper option, I think, than a lot of other sports. Baseball bats are extremely expensive and like doing all the travel, especially lacrosse too. And all you need is some skates and, a court to roll on. You can get your outdoor skates, your indoor skates, and a hockey stick that you already have. And, now you got your summer sport. And then you can do some traveling too.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I played roller growing up, because it was way cheaper than trying to get ice anywhere and play ice. And it was a great use of the bargain bin sticks at the hockey stores.
Yeah.
Because you don't care if they get beat up and chewed up, because they're going to, because you're playing outside.
Yes. We had, I don't know if you remember this back in the 90s, we had street heat down in the, I guess that was the west bank of the Flats by the powerhouse.
Yep.
I remember this, and if Dan Koletsky ever sees this, like, shout out Dan Koletsky. He was the Shaker Heights goalie. He won a state championship for Shaker Heights, and he was an amazing goalie. He eventually played club hockey at Penn State University, which is tough to do coming from, high school hockey. But he was the best roller hockey forward out there. And he was on my team for Street Heat, and we won it a few times, and it was all because Dan Koletsky. So shout out Dan Koletsky if you're listening to this.
I loved Street Heat. I played in every year that they had it.
Yeah.
Played it with a bunch of buddies, and we were awful. The teams usually, like, we were terrible with it because we weren't little kids. Like we were like teenagers, so they always put us with like the adults, and it was all the adults that like, all knew what they were doing, and they were really good, and just destroyed us. But it was great. It was a super fun time.
But we definitely need to rebuild the love for roller hockey in Cleveland. I think there's a space for it. We need to build the rink. We need if you build it, they will come. Like the Lost Nation, I know I've never been there, but that's not there anymore.
Nope.
And we just have the temporary roller hockey rink out of Rocky River, and that's just once a week. So, like, man, if any investors out there that thinks they want to make a buck here, I think building a roller hockey rink in Cleveland might be quite lucrative.
I mean, the main rink that I used to go out and play on was at an outdoor YMCA, and they had tennis courts, and they just like took two of the tennis courts, put a fence around it, took the nets out and everything, obviously, and that was a roller rink. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of all you have to do. It's not anything crazy. Or Or more of these rinks that take their ice out in the summer, like you can take the ice out and save, the cost of all that, but have roller during the summer then.
Right.
I don't know why every rink doesn't do that.
Right. And there are, like Gilmore Academy out in Gates Mills, they have 2 ice, which is crazy, by the way. They have 2 rinks on campus. They're like the only high school in Ohio that has an ice hockey rink, and they got 2 of them.
Yeah.
And one of them is taken down during the summer. Just throw that in there. I mean, the cost to maintaining that is super low. There's no refrigerating costs. It's just, I don't know. Maybe we're thinking of a good idea here. And to build the thing, it's just like, Nasher built his roller hockey rink. He built his roller hockey rink in Columbus, basically out of an old storage warehouse. I mean, it could be done.
Yeah. I mean, that's the great thing with, much like the gear, the actual rink for roller is way cheaper because you don't need a refrigerator. Right. You don't need anything like that. You just a large level surface.
Yes.
That's it.
It's a boards.
Yeah. I mean,
and a couple of locker rooms. That's temporary stands.
Locker rooms is a nice bonus. I've played plenty of places where you're just changing on the bench.
Yeah, that gets greasy afterwards. But if I'm gonna build this rink, it's gonna be good. It's gonna have some locker rooms in there
and showers.
Showers, yes. Locker room, then showers.
Yeah,
definitely a fine if you're not showering afterwards. Too.
I still have guys on my ice team that don't shower after games. And
yeah,
I get if you don't shower because you're going, like, you live close to the rink and you're going right home. I can kind of see it. But there's guys that don't shower and then go out with us afterwards.
That is the greasiest thing I've ever heard. You can't do that.
I can't fathom that.
Oh,
I can't fathom doing that.
That's more than just a fine. There's a whole nother level of punishment that needs to happen if the guys are not showering and leaving to go to public.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel disgusting after I play. I want to shower.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do if I haven't showered is go I get if you're just in the parking lot. It's gross, but whatever, you're hanging out in the parking lot. But, we're going out to somewhere and getting food after the game. And, like, how are you able to do this and not feel just gross?
Right. Minimal, you at least got to wash your hands. And minimally, those hockey gloves are so bad. They smell horrible. You got to at least wash your gloves. Maybe your hair is fine. You can put a hat on. As long as you're not wearing your gitch out there. Just wash your head.
I think it's less egregious in the winter, I feel like, because you're throwing on, like, probably sweatpants and a hoodie afterward. Whereas, like, now in the summer, like...
Oh, it's just bacon inside of you.
It's gross and hot outside. I'm going and getting super sweaty, and then I'm just going to go throw on a T-shirt and shorts and go be gross outside some more. Like, but no. Yeah. No.
It's a tough look.
Yeah.
So, boards, locker, shower. Those are our 3 things. Now we got ourselves a rink.
There you go. Perfect. I will come play when you open this rink up.
Yeah. I mean, boy, it would be... We'll have adult leagues. We'll have, kids leagues to drop in, and then we'll have the tournaments. And if we can build up our following to get the channel, we can bring some creators in there, and then bam, all of a sudden, we're the kings of roller hockey in Cleveland.
There you go. I will unretire my roller skates. They're, I don't know, somewhere over here. I haven't used them in years.
Those are, roller hockey skates are inexpensive as well. I mean, I bought mine from Bauer for like less than $200. They were on sale. It was, you can't even touch a quality hockey skate for, under $800.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how different the prices are on that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get it because I was actually looking at. I need to get some new ice skates soon. I think, and I don't want to do it. It's way too expensive. But if I had to get new rollerblades, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I can. Yeah, I can do that. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I haven't crossed that threshold yet. I still use my hockey skates from my last year of pro. They look they're, I tell the camera guy, just don't zoom in on the skates, please. Like, everything else is new. Just leave the skates alone on the camera, please. I haven't crossed over that threshold to get new ones. A couple of my buddies have recently, and the prices are out of this world. So I got to build the channel so someone gets me some free skates. That's the goal. That
There
is,
you go.
once I get a free set, I don't care. Bauer, CCM, even give me the graphs. Like, we'll throw some graph sponsorships out there. Give me some. That is it. As soon as I get a free pair of hockey skates, I've made it for sure.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty nice. I would love that. Hey, I want a sponsorship for skates if anybody's listening.
Yeah, just
You
get
know.
it all. Every content creator in Cleveland, let's get them hooked up.
Yeah, I could use them. I have the issue because I have to get like custom skates
Oh
because
boy,
I have giant feet,
Okay.
so I can't ever find regular skates. So I'm already I'm already at super expensive level.
Yeah.
So
I just regular skates for me. Anyone out there listening?
see, I'll see what I can do if I know anybody.
There you go.
To try and put it out there. All right, so you guys been doing the roller stuff. You said you got State Wars coming up here. Any other roller on the horizon after that?
Oh yeah, we're going down to Columbus in 2 weeks, and then we're playing in the Heat Wave Showdown against Nasher in the Columbus Heat. We are continuing our rivalry against the king of YouTube. That is going to be fun, and I guess a little bit of a secret that I'll let out now. I'm bringing a super team down there. I am pulling all the stops. I am bringing the best players I found in Cleveland for roller hockey, and we're going there to win a championship. State Wars, who knows what happens? Any team gets lucky, but that's some really highly competitive. There's like 50 teams. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's going to be really tough. But State Wars, the Heat Wave Showdown's a smaller tournament, and I'm bringing everyone, and we're gonna try to win our first tournament there. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I would say it would be our third time going down to Nasher's new rink, and I'm excited for State Wars tomorrow. I'm even more excited for the showdown coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's awesome. So let me think. So 2 weeks, that is going to be like the weekend of the
That's the 16th
14th?
and 17th.
16th.
Yeah,
Okay.
16th, 17th.
All right. Putting the dates so if people listening would like to go
Yeah,
check it out,
yeah.
because
Get on a YouTube video. They have an amazing rink there. I don't know if you've ever seen one of the videos from it, but the whole side of the rink behind one of the goalie of the nets is just pure glass. There's no boards whatsoever, and you can literally skate behind the net. You stop and you turn behind you, and there is a person right next to the glass, like full shoes all the way to the hat, and it's just like, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. They're just right. It's the coolest place to play in. It's a small rink too. It's a little bit smaller than a normal roller hockey rink, so the game goes by way faster, and it's a lot of fun to watch and play in.
Yeah, that wall of glass, I've seen that, and that would throw me off so much. I could imagine playing with that. That'd really mess me up.
I've run into it accidentally before, just because it snuck up on me, and obviously I couldn't stop back then, and I cut that out of the video, so no one ever saw it. But
Oh, come on. You got to put that out.
yeah, maybe at some of in the blooper reels coming out, but it's a really cool thing, and I think it was a great design that they had in mind to do it. Whether they ran out of boards, I don't know, or they designed it the whole time, who knows? I would say it's probably the latter, but it's so cool, and we're excited to go to both of those.
That would be hilarious if it was they just ran out of boards. That'd be great if that's what
They're
it was.
wait a minute, how long is this thing? I'm like, oh shoot. Do you have any more left? No.
That'd be awesome. I'm going to pretend that that's the story. That's why you
Yeah.
had that.
Wait, you heard it here first on the Beer League podcast.
That's why.
Breaking news.
Nasher and the guys don't know how to do math. That was the problem.
No, they're
No,
not.
it's tough. There's
They're not
curves
math guys.
and stuff, and there's a lot of math involved with it. It's
I wish it was true, but Cody Wheeler, his co-running mate for basically the Nasher's Channel and the Heat Wave Arena there, he is a construction guy, and he has a background in contracting. So I doubt that they did run out of a board. I mean, it at least wasn't not a math error, because I know he's a sharp dude and he wouldn't mess that up. So sorry, I had to shout you out there, Cody, but he's a good guy too. I like him.
I'm gonna still pretend in my head that's why I had
Yeah, you can cut that out too. Yeah, you know that.
Let me take a quick moment to invite you to head over to thebeerleaguer.com, where you can check out previous podcast episodes, keep up with all the goofy and sometimes informative social media posts, and contact the show. There's an easy-to-use contact form, a button to leave voicemails, and a newsletter sign-up. All of us here would love to hear your thoughts on this episode or ideas for future ones. Now back to the show. All right, so doing all the roller stuff, anything happening with ice?
Yeah, I guess right now we're filming 2 different leagues while we're off from the wintertime. We're filming my B League Beer League series out in Mentor, playing in the Madman Hockey League run by Team Sadler. His first name is Sean Sadler. And then I'm doing the Summer Elite League, which is run by the Ohio Hockey Project and Russ Sinkowicz out on the west side in Lakewood. So it's like night and day of what I'm doing from week to week. It's Tuesdays are the B League, Beer League, which has been a ton of fun for me. And our team is amazing. It's just been kind of it's been I don't know, it's been just a nice fresh what am I trying to say? It's been fun to meet a bunch of new guys. Obviously, I know a few of them, they're on my team, but a lot of the guys are new, and it's obviously competitive, but not as competitive as Sunday Night League. So the guys are just having a ball on the bench. They're chirping each other more than the other teams, and we're having beers afterwards. There's, guys from other teams coming into each other's locker rooms, and everyone's watching each other's games. It's very much a more relaxed environment than the Sunday Night League, where everyone is so highly competitive, which I also love that too. It's been a fresh, new look onto beer league hockey. But, that doesn't mean we're not competitive on the ice too. There's been some dramatic moments with guys like chirping each other pretty hard and guys getting kicked out. That's just because we're all hockey players and we're different from on and off the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously playing and then the following day is Wednesday, and I play in the Summer Elite League with all current, college and pro players. And I'm on the old retired pro team who last year we won the league, which was crazy, but we had some help from some like really quality young hockey players. And they kind of nerfed our team. They, split us up into 2 different teams and gave us more old guys. So we are struggling this year to keep up with the young guys. It's, I guess it gave out some clues for the next videos coming out, but we're having a tough time this year. And it's just because, Cleveland hockey's getting better and better, and these young kids, they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. And our old wisdom of hockey is starting to catch up with us. And I guess our wisdom's still there, but our speed and skills kind of slowing down. So we got playoffs coming up. We're probably the most dangerous last place team in the playoffs, but Hopefully we can turn around and win one. Go back to back.
Nice. Nice. Yeah,
Yes.
you got a lot of all kinds of different hockey. Very, very different in every aspect going on for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Roller
is
hockey
that?
on. Oh, it's great. I've actually never felt better currently right now in my physical shape for the past, I would say, 5 years. Playing this much hockey. I do Mondays roller, Tuesdays B League, Beer League, and Wednesdays Elite Summer Training League. And then I literally crash and burn Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and finally Sunday. I like wake up and I'm like, all right, let's do it again. It's been, yeah, but physically I feel amazing by the more I skate currently right now is the better I'm feeling, and my mood is great too. Which, I guess coming out of the winter, everyone's a little depressed, and obviously the summer's it's been nice here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the more you skate, the better you feel. It's been great, and I just encourage people to play as much hockey as they possibly can. Now, everything's different for everyone. People have kids, people have significant others. They're only allotted a certain amount of time. I'm lucky that I'm able to at least get out 3 times a week, and I'd encourage everyone to do that too.
Well, I'll reiterate a quote that I've had on this podcast a couple times now, that kids ruin everything. So I'm sticking with that. That keeps coming up for me to say that. And I think you just proved part of the point there. But I think also, too, what you're saying, because in my head, what I'm thinking of is like 3 nights a week of hockey. That's a lot of hockey. I love playing hockey. I love skating, but that's kind of a lot. But I think it's a difference of like roller to ice, and how you were saying, like for kids, when they try and do different things in the off season, and they're playing like lacrosse and stuff, which
Yes.
I'll use lacrosse as an example, because lacrosse is very similar to hockey in a lot of ways, but it's not the same. And
Yeah.
I think of roller hockey in that same way, roller hockey to ice hockey. It's very similar to ice hockey, but it's not the same. So it's like you're not, like skating isn't even really the same. It's close, but it's not quite the same. So it's kind of, I don't know if I'm making any sense. You're kind of like working out and doing different things that aren't going to tire you out, because you're not playing like on the ice 3 nights a week. You're doing something a little bit different, but you're still being active, and they help each other. So the stuff you're doing in roller is helping ice and vice versa.
Right, absolutely. And I will say, the first period after I play roller hockey on Monday, and then in the first period, after I play roller hockey on Monday, the first period in ice hockey on Tuesday is an absolute disaster. And it's because those roller hockey wheels, they're tilted just slightly forward. So like the front 2 wheels, as you know, are a little bit smaller than the back two wheels. And then in the ice hockey skates, they're a little bit more flat. Especially me, I have them flat just because I play defense, and so I want to be able to skate backwards well. I am like falling over the first period over my feet, like on my feet. I'm just falling straight over on my ice hockey skates when I'm, making the transition. But in general, that is extremely similar. It's the same motion. It's the same movement in your hips, but there are slight differences like you're talking about. And yeah, they do translate very well.
Yeah. So I just think it proves what you said, that kids should be playing more roller hockey, and you got to get that roller rink built.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I got a lot going on right now. Well, I need to maybe just send that through ChatGPT to figure out the plans for that.
So kind of going on with the stuff that you've been doing since we last talked. One of the things I have noticed, and I know I've greatly enjoyed, I think you've enjoyed making them, is more kind of short form content that you've been putting out. Like I've really I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of like a series of things that you've done that have been like in the locker room.
Yeah. I call it the How to Beer League Hockey series. And I feel like I'm poking fun at myself.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but it's every single one that you do, and it's I guess you are probably poking fun at yourself with it, but every single one that I see with it, I laugh at it because it's either,
Okay.
oh yeah, I do that too. Or it's, oh no, I know 10 guys on my team that are exactly like that, do that same thing, say that same thing, or with it. It's one of those. It's super super relatable. All that stuff.
And honestly, it's been kind of fun because in the past for Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, all that short form content, I would just break up clips of my long form content, and it's more of like trying to get people to move towards your YouTube channel. And instead of that, I was like, man, like there are three different style of platforms. Like not everyone watches YouTube, only people watch Instagram, not everyone watches TikTok, and they only watch this and that, and they're all different audiences, but they're all part of your community. And I think to really maximize, the fun in all this, you have to think about every single different community that's there. Like your long form content, those are people that want to sit down and watch YouTube, but not everyone wants to sit down and watch you on YouTube. They might just want to see 30 seconds of what you have to do. So I sat there and I'm like, all right, well, I think I need to reinvent the Instagram and then the TikTok. And so what's something that I kind of laugh about all the time, and it's like the interactions in the locker room, or like what funny characters, or what do I do to prepare to a hockey game? Like I was sitting in my car going to a game, and I was like jamming out. I was like, this would be hilarious if someone found out what I was actually listening to on the way to the game. And so threw a camera up there, and I thought that was funny. Or guys on my Sunday night league team, there's only, 2 or 3 guys that bring beer every week. And what about the guys who never bring beers? I think that would be funny. Like, how do they find a way to get beers to the game? So it's just I think it's been fun. It's been a lot more challenging for me to think of fun stuff to do, but, I've got a few things in the bag that I'm working on, but I'm trying to do a little collaboration with some companies to kind of, get the wheels turning. I'm waiting back for some messages, so we'll see where it goes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, I've been loving those. Just to remind everybody, it's Beers on Ice on all the platforms.
Yes.
Pretty easy to find everywhere. So
yeah,
I recommend
appreciate the plug.
Well, of course. And I recommend following you on all the platforms because it's different stuff. It isn't just, following you on YouTube and TikTok. Like your TikTok isn't just, 30-second clips of the YouTube videos. It's actual short form videos, and same thing for Instagram and everything. So
yeah,
follow on everything, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we haven't broken into, little individual. Every platform has their more individual viewers too. Like, we got the long form on YouTube. You have your more video highlights and pictures on Instagram. We haven't broken into the dancing on TikTok yet, but that's a platform and that we could get into. I have a history of it. My parents made me do dancing when I was a kid, ballroom dancing. There could be some collaborations moving forward with some dancing. So I'm not sure if I would put that up there or not.
You have to now.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to.
I don't know. It's we could see.
I think that's what everybody wants to see now.
We'll see. We'll see one video. We'll see how that does, and if I make a fool of myself, we might end that trend.
Oh no! If you make a fool of yourself, you have to double down on it. That's how that goes.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's how it goes.
So, speaking of TikTok, the thing that I have found that really gets people engaged in it is. I don't consider them hot takes on things. They're just my opinions on random stuff. And one of the ones that had a lot of responses for me lately, and I'd like to hear what you think, is from the perspective of someone kind of starting hockey, beginner beer leaguer, someone that not your level, because you've already gone through this, but progression that people should have learning different positions. Because I go with every skater should at least have a passing knowledge of all the positions.
Right.
You know, you should at least kind of know what everybody's doing. And so what would you say for somebody starting out, like as an adult, the progression of positions that they should play?
Well, I was thinking of it before you said as an adult. I had a different idea. So I'm going to start with my different idea, and then we'll get to the adult because there's a lot different. So I did see that clip, and I will say that you're getting lots of traction coming forward with those style of clips. Thousands and thousands of views, and it's pretty cool to see. And it's like, oh, that's my buddy. He's doing great. But I would say when I first saw it, I thought the opposite. I thought you got to start from the back moving forward in hockey. And if you could afford to do it, start as a goalie. The goalies actually see everything out on the ice. They know what players where. They know, who's playing well. They're literally sitting there. It's like a camera. Then they're watching the entire game unfold in front of them. And they even see the opposite goalie, and they know who's good, who's not, who's playing well, and they can see the whole game. And then I would move up to defenseman after that, and that's just the next step in watching the game. Because in D, you're being conservative, you're trying to stay back. And you're obviously watching the play develop in front of you. You obviously have to learn how to skate backwards, but that's not that much of a necessity, when you're starting out. I understand, like you were saying, like what'd you say? It wasn't like the responsibility, but it was like the less responsibility you have to the outcome of the game is probably the easiest place to start. So you said winger, defense, then center. If you at least learn to stay in the proper zones when you're playing defense, it's hard to mess that up.
Yeah.
And you stay between the dots, in the neutral zone, and then all the way down to the tops of the circles, and then you can kind of span out. But if you're staying in your little box there, it's hard to get beat. And then obviously I would switch to center after defense, because now you're still part of the defensive side. Yes, it is a big responsibility to be center, but you can play a very passive center in the offensive zone and still not get scored on. And then last would be the winger. And I think winger is the hardest position to play out of all of them. Especially
Really?
since I started playing winger in the B League beer team now. Because I was like, I'm sick of playing D. I'm not going to play D. I'm going to blow up. I'm going to try to score some goals. Playing defense on winger, not being a winger, is extremely difficult, I think. Because you gotta, if the puck's not on your side, you gotta pick up that guy in the high slot, and then all of a sudden that puck gets rimmed to your side, and you're skating, and you're like, oh crap, I cheated down too far, and now it's just chaos, in my opinion. Defense is so much easier. You got your side of the ice, guys over there, puck's over there. Okay, that's my guy over there. And then it goes the other side. I go sit in front of the net and take a rest. So I think winger's a disaster, and I would do that last after you learn how to play goalie, defense, center, and then wing.
Wow. Okay. So pretty much the exact opposite of what I said. And I totally agree on the goalie thing. I don't think it's really realistic for like adults, but I think it's good because a lot of kids, they do. I know for like little kid teams, they rotate kids through in goal a lot of times, and
Yes.
I think even if kids don't want end up playing goalie, I think it's a good thing for exactly like what you said. It's I think it's completely outside of the other positions, how it works, the stuff you see, and everything. So I think it's good just to have that perspective, to do it a couple times. I mean, I played goalie a couple times a long time ago. I was awful. Very admittedly, I was just terrible at it. But it was just one of those like eye-opening, like, oh man, this is, skating out. I think goalie should be doing this, but then you're in net. You're like, I don't see this stuff over here. Because I'm watching the puck here. I don't know what's happening there. You gotta it encourages, I think, goalies to talk more and
Right.
the skaters to talk to the goalie more and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, so is that any different for what you think for someone as an adult starting hockey?
Yeah. So, yeah, obviously the goaltending is probably, like we said, it's not quite feasible to do that. But I would say one caveat is like, can you skate backwards or not? Like, if you can't skate backwards, let's not start at D. But then I would say center. So you can. It's pretty easy. You just stay in the center of the ice. Like, if you really don't know what you're doing, be that high forward. Make sure you're not leaving odd man Russians coming back. And then in the D zone, you're lining up with that center on center. Just stay with your guy. If you can't skate backwards, just skate with him. And so I feel like center, it would be a lot easier to teach someone who doesn't know the game. It's, you've got some pretty simple rules there. And obviously, then I would say, obviously, center, defense, if you can skate backwards. I think defense would be next. Once again, the simple rules of being between the dots, and then once puck's on your side, you go get them, and when it's not, you stand in front of the net. And like I said, you can't do the winger. The winger's the hardest one. Even though there's like the least responsibility if you get scored on. But I mean, I kind of, every man has to do their own, every person has to do their own, do their job to make sure no one's scoring. It's just not one person, because a goal is scored from like 4 different mistakes. So obviously, I think without being said, I don't like playing winger in my new position. Maybe the guys hear this and they'll put me in center next game.
Yeah, because usually I play defense, and I've kind of over the summer now been playing a little bit more wing, and I 100% agree. Playing defense as a wing is hard because you have to. I feel like you're way more your head's got to be on a swivel.
Yeah,
like way more, because mostly the plays behind you.
Right.
For the most part. So but you got to you got to watch your guy that's in front of you.
Right.
Right. And so I think that is really difficult. But I do think for like lower level beer league, that doesn't really get taken advantage of a whole lot. Because there's a lot of times when I'm playing wing and I'm kind of covering the D, and I'm doing an awful job. Like, I am not really on the guy. Like, I'm in the area, but I'm not doing a great job.
Right.
And they don't think to, they don't rim the puck around. They don't really ever go D to D. Like, if the D gets it, it's kind of a mistake.
Yeah.
And they saved it from, going out of the zone. So it's kind of, at least from what I see in the stuff I play, is it kind of, that doesn't matter as much.
Right. You're totally right. And maybe they're just resting too. Like, they just were in the D zone. You only have maybe 4D that night. You're like, man, don't pass me the puck in the offensive zone. I'm just kind of here trying to catch my breath.
That's what I do. That's what I do when I'm playing D and I'm in the offensive zone. I don't want the puck. I'm like hanging out, like, no.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can just pull a guy away to be with me, and that's it.
Yeah. But it's interesting.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, so you completely go against what I said. Got it.
Yep,
All right.
it's okay.
Okay.
We're here to embrace debate, as ESPN would say.
Do you have any other things coming up that you want to talk about?
I guess we've got the roller hockey. We've got the Mentor and the Summer Elite League playoffs coming up. And then I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of, I've got all that planned up through, late summer, early fall. And then I don't know what's coming next, I guess, is the answer to what is coming up. Like I said in my last video for the Summer Elite League, for the Winter Sunday Night League, I wasn't going to do it anymore. And after we won our last championship, like our 9th in a row and our 10th, championship out of 11 years, I was, I wanted to do something new. And initially it was to not play at an elite level and, a high beer league level. And it was to kind of do more content in the, I would say more fun or just less serious B league, lower level beer leagues. But then when I was like, man, I feel like I'm missing out on something. And I think it falls back to the last time I played pro was I lost in game 7 of the finals for the championship. And that has always bugged me for the longest time. And it still does. Like game 7 in overtime, it was just brutal. And that's always bugged me. So I kind of, and I mentioned this in the first Summer Elite League video that's coming out on this week, that I want to try to play another professional hockey game. Whether it's the lowest league possible or, maybe even making a trip back to Europe to do a game, I want to kind of get back into really good hockey shape and try to play one more pro game. And I turn 40 in February, and the fact that there's still guys in the NHL at 40 playing. Marchand's not 40, but Perry's 40, and there's guys out there that are playing 82 games that are my age that are still doing it. Like, why the heck can I not play one game in a minor league? Like I could do it. I mean, it's all a matter of how much effort I put into it. And so I said that in the episode that's going to come out that I want to play one more pro game. And that is, that's the next challenge that I think I'm going to do. The episode hasn't dropped out. It hasn't dropped yet. So I do have like 4 days to edit that out.
No.
But
you have it here now. So it doesn't matter. It's here now. And it's not going to get it out.
I still have a chance to back out on it, but I might not. I'm serious. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the contact. I think I can survive a game, obviously a game, but will I get hurt is the question. Like, I think I still have the skill, maybe not the speed, but I at least have the mindset that I can do it. But whether or not it's the full contact, which is the issue.
Yeah.
Do I still have the ability to go back and dig out a puck in the corner and being able to that's skill though. Those are skills that in hockey is being able to protect yourself. Like being able to go at the right angle to the corner to make sure you don't get crushed by F1 and being able to skating back at full speed, check your shoulders, make a decision on where the puck's going and put your body in an appropriate angle not to get murdered through the wall. That's what I'm actually worried about is, will I survive a pro game again? Now, with saying that, the game has never been more skill-oriented. These guys, you see every draft pick now, they're like $160. They're not. Yeah. They are 6 feet tall. They're still athletic guys, but they're just not like they used to be. They're not like Eric Lindros coming out.
Right.
The game is different. It's all It's all skill, speed, intelligence, and hard work. And there's far less hitting than there is. But that's at the NHL. I can't tell you the last time I watched a minor league hockey game. I don't know what's going on down there in the jungle, in the East Coast, in the SP. I mean, I'm sure it's not all speed and skill down there, which is probably way more physical because guys are trying to make a name for himself. So, geez, every time I talk about it, I talk myself out of it. But, man, that would be kind of cool to do a huge video with my return to pro hockey. That would be an amazing video. That would be so much fun.
I think you got to do it. I think it would be amazing. And I will say, the whole time you're saying this, the thing that I'm thinking of is you just have to pick the right league. Because as someone that watches a lot of very low-level pro hockey, there's some of those. I mean, for the most part, kind of how the NHL is, what you said, how it's changed. That's trickled down. It's trickling down to the lower levels. But there are some of those still pro leagues, but like barely pro leagues that has not reached yet, and they still have half the team is the 6'5" bodybuilder goon guys that can barely skate but can just beat the crap out of you.
Right.
So don't join one of those.
Yeah.
Don't join one of those.
Also it's a matter of like who's gonna take me for a game. Are they looking to boost their social media presence so they'll take me for the game, or are they like really don't care? And I think it's a huge challenge, not just getting into shape, getting yourself back into not just shape, but like hockey shape is way different than actually being able to run like 10 miles.
Right.
Hockey shape is way different. And then the challenge of finding the team that will take you for a game. That's another huge challenge. Like, they're not going to just take some 40-year-old washed-up scrub. It's like they're trying to win. So it's a huge challenge to take on to do it, but that is what's rolling around the back of my head right now. That's the next big thing for the channel. And besides that is bringing the All Blacks to a tournament outside of what our Sunday night is. And that is one thing that I definitely want to do and that we're working on to figure out when are we going to bring the squad on the road for hockey, but not roller hockey.
Actual ice hockey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That should be super fun. So you guys square up against some other teams.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just going to encourage you again. I think you got to do the try the pro thing. I think you got to put as much as much try as you can behind it.
Yeah.
If there's anything I'll make it sound really big. Me and the entire Beer Leaguer network can help you with. We will, to encourage this, because I think that'd be a great thing to try and do. I mean, you obviously you're in pretty good hockey shape. You're playing 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
And
I feel great.
That helps.
Yeah, man. But if I get hurt doing that, so. And this also stems from, we did an episode where we took an all-star beer league team out to Jackson Hole and played against Jackson Hole Moose in which is called Senior A hockey, which is full contact, retired, a couple of college guys, mainly like juniors. There's a few pros in there, but it's full contact. And I was like worried about going to that game. And then I loved every second of it. Like I actually did hurt my back a little bit, but I hurt my back shooting a puck. It was the weakest injury I've ever had in my entire life. But I limped through the 2 games, and I was just like, hey, I just got through a full contact Senior A game completely fine. I could do another pro game. I'm like, I could totally do it. So I don't know. That's where the subconsciously it started to roll when we went out to Jackson Hole. That was a great time. We're gonna do that again. We're also doing that again this year in February.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing the Road to the Pros series.
Road to the Pros.
I assume it's just going to be like you running in the street and stuff and
lifting in my basement,
just training montages and stuff like that.
That's good for the short form right there. That now we're thinking of all the good stuff.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this content.
Yeah, that's what's next. Hopefully.
Awesome. All right, I think that's a great place to stop.
Fantastic.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to top that.
Yeah.
I think that's a great tease for something that is coming.
Yeah.
You can't back out of it, because I'm not cutting that out of this episode. So
yeah.
So it's going out there.
No problem. 85%. 85%.
You got to at least try.
Yeah, you're right.
You got to at least try.
You're totally right.
All right. Well, I'll wrap things up with that. Mike, thank you.
Thank you for having me again. I really appreciated it.
Once again, everybody, Mike Steiner from Beers on Ice. Check them out on all of the platforms for all the different content that they have going out there. And, make sure you subscribe to everything so you can see all the content for Road to the Pros that he's going to be doing. I'm calling it that now, too. So that's
Road to the Pros. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Easy. I love the title. So
make sure you're watching for all that stuff. So we get the Rocky training montages.
Well, you're just doing all the work for me. And you're getting my titles. You're getting the thumbnails. You're getting all the storyboards. I got to get you on payroll now.
So this is what I'm excited for. I'm excited to see all these things.
Awesome.
Get you out in the streets with the towel around your neck and everything, and the sweatsuit running. Going by the West Side Market, high-fiving the vendors and stuff.
I mean, wow, I've already gotten 3 videos right there, right off the hop, so I appreciate it.
See? So no reason to not do this now. It's practically done for you.
Love it.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks for joining the show. I'm sure we'll have you back on to talk about the outcomes of some of these things and how all this stuff went.
Anytime.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of the Beer Leaguer Podcast. Catch you in the next one.
Take care.